Hello, Hassan Abdullah, CEO, Arab African International Bank, one of the fastest growing banks in the Middle East and one of the largest banks, private sector banks in Egypt. I totally believe that most businesses, including my business, are similar in terms of they require technical capabilities and they do require proper human resources. In my opinion, what makes a business unique is the human resources, because technical capabilities, regardless of how scarce they are, how important they are, they can be bought. You can pay for them. However, the human resources, the culture of an institution, the ability to set trends, the ability to respond to challenges is what makes a business unique. It boils down again to people, to human resources. Yeah, my team and myself, funny enough, have used this term. Our goal goes beyond profit making. It was a quote that was put there for years in Arab Africa, for more than 10, 15 years. And the whole idea that we do honestly believe that profit making just by itself is not sustainable. To have a sustainable company, to have a sustainable business, you have to have to focus on sustainability and on the economy, and more important, on the society and the environment within which you live. Also, I found that, like a lot of other multinational companies, I'm sure have done the same, that when employees know for sure that the extra hour they work and the extra mile they go does not only translate to an accounting profit, but translates to health for somebody who needs it, to clothes for someone who needs it, education for someone who needs it. It makes the culture of an institution much more dynamic and much more responsive to changes and to harder work than just having a business that focuses on the bottom line. We have done from Arab African a specific NGO that specifically focuses on health and education, mainly for kids. Since we're the first one in Egypt, and I think the second in the Middle East, to have an NGO specifically for giving back to this. Well, my life has always been focused on business to a very, let's say, damaging extent. So I think that the next 5 years, I hope I'm working on having more time for myself, having more time for my family, and then I can also have more time to reflect on my life and maybe the life. Well, as you are aware, the banking sector worldwide is facing a lot of challenges, a lot of regulations, a lot of resistance for change to the better. Let me put it another way: the business is changing dynamically, both because of macro events, like some countries are not doing very well, and second, and more important, a lot of regulations. We believe in Arab African, we have always had a vision that is concrete, and we believe that we want to go regional with the bank. We already have a strong base in the Emirates. We have branches in Beirut as well. And from the branches in the Emirates, we're trying to extend more business to the region. Also, Arab African has moved from just a bank to a financial group with asset management, brokerage, mortgage finance, leasing. And I don't know how much you are familiar with the barriers facing traditional banking to move across borders. So we are looking at moving cross-border with the investment banking platform in order to be a regional bank. Well, when I first started, or when I was first named in charge of AIB. AIB had the shareholders were focusing at the time on divestiture. They wanted to sell the asset, to sell the bank. And meanwhile, I just presented parallel to this a plan for restructuring and for growth. While I attended carefully to the request, I started on the growth strategy and restructuring, and by the time the offers were there on the table, they saw the potential, lucky enough for all of us, and we turned up from just 100 billion to several billion dollar banks. So it's paid us forward. Well, you have to be able to read the future, which is very difficult. More important, you have to be able to create a team, because it goes down to human resources again, who you can lead and believe that they could take you all in one direction, communicate very well, and most important, be fair and don't let your ego play games with you. Being too comfortable to change. When CEOs, and you've seen examples of companies also, worldwide, Nokia is a clear example of this. When CEOs and companies and employees become relatively successful, they tend to be in their comfort zone and they do not change. And if you don't change, this is the biggest challenge that a CEO will take, or a business will take. So you always have to be able to think ahead, to be able to change your structure, to change, be flexible enough to meet the new challenges. I think that's by far the most important element that CEOs should be careful of, because mind you, change is easier when you're failing. So when people are comfortable, they just tend to do the same thing again and again. I like Disneyland because they're innocent and innovative. Well, the main impact I had on my character and my life was from my parents. And other than that, I've been able to see good things in different people, just sporadic, that I've been able to pick up. Well, I tend to spend a lot of effort trying to understand the person in front of me, to always keep raising the expectation from work, mentoring, and having a human side to business. Well, be yourself. I'll be proud of you.